good day to all incoming school heads. This discussion aims to enhance your understanding and mastery of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its focus on Sustainable Development Goal 4, ensuring that you are well-equipped to align your efforts with these global and national priorities. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, adopted by the United Nations in 2015, is a universal blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. It addresses global challenges such as poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. This agenda comprises a set of goals, targets, and indicators that guide the development policies of all member states until 2030. The Philippines affirms its commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 or even sooner, as the global goals align with the country's long-term aspirations for 2040. The Department of Education supports and focuses its efforts on the education goal, which seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Sustainable Development Goal 4 consists of 10 specific targets. By 2030, ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education leading to relevant and effective learning outcomes. By 2030, ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care, and pre-primary education to prepare them for primary education. By 2030, ensure equal access for all women and men to affordable and quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including university. By 2030, substantially increase the number of youth and adults with relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills, for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurship. By 2030, eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocational training for vulnerable groups, including persons with disabilities, indigenous peoples, and children in vulnerable situations. By 2030, ensure that all youth and a substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. By 2030, ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development. This includes education for sustainable development, sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, a culture of peace and nonviolence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity and culture's contribution to sustainable development. Build and upgrade education facilities that are child, disability, and gender-sensitive, providing safe, nonviolent, inclusive, and effective learning environments for all. By 2030, substantially expand globally the number of scholarships available to developing countries, particularly for least developed countries, small island developing states, and African countries, to enroll in higher education, including vocational training, information and communications technology, technical, engineering, and scientific programs in developed and other developing countries. By 2030, substantially increase the supply of qualified teachers, including through international cooperation for teacher training in developing countries, especially in least developed countries and small island developing states. The Philippines has undertaken a voluntary national review of the Sustainable Development Goals, which highlights the progress achieved and the work that remains to meet these commitments. The interconnected nature of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals means that the basic education development plan must also contribute to other goals, particularly ensuring healthy lives and well-being for all, achieving gender equality and empowering women and girls, ensuring sustainable water and sanitation management, and promoting peaceful and inclusive societies with access to justice and accountable institutions. Through collaboration, dedication, and visionary leadership, let us commit to realizing these global and national goals for the benefit of all learners and future generations.